Thumbstopper.
Hello again. This is Brown on Brand. I'm Matthew Brown, and today I'm got a couple people in the podcast studio. One, a very special guest. Welcome back, Dexter Jackson.
DJ.
Thanks, Matt.
Yeah, man. And Brandon Elwell and everybody that's tuned in to what Thumbstopper's doing definitely knows his face. Our VP of Marketing and Chief Cook Bottle Washer, Brandon, welcome.
Thanks, Matt.
Yeah,
Appreciate that, man.
That sums it up, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Particularly when it's VP of Sales, not marketing. But that's all right. Gary will just be pissed.
Hey, yeah. Listen. Okay.
Right.
Well, we could redo this, but I'm still reeling yesterday because in the thing we did with ASPI or ASPI and Dexter Jackson and Yo the other day, I had pointed out that they had changed Gary's life, and when he joined, he looked like Shrek, and now he looks like Fiona.
Right.
And so I was still reeling from that, from yesterday. But again, welcome, Dexter. Obviously, Thumbstopper's a platform for us to talk about things around the community, things that interest us. It's also a platform, obviously, to get our brand out there and talk about the things that we're doing with brands. And we were fortunate enough, to hear some of your kind of testimony about your business and your personal life and passion around, working with kids. And I know we just walked into the studio and you spent a couple minutes going, hey, man, I put in like 15 hours yesterday until the last kid left. So, I can just tell, after watching that footage of the post-production that, you come from a place of passion. But today we're going to flip the script a little bit. Okay. And we're going to talk about something, that might be more interesting or less interesting to some of the viewers. But we're fortunate enough to be in the studio with you this morning because you're dealing with the NFL draft, and that's a big deal, right?
Yes, Matt. This is my second time being selected to do the draft for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The first draft pick I selected, I think it was a phenomenal pick, and that was Levante David.
Okay. So you were responsible for that.
So yes, I
you
was.
Were responsible
so
for
right
Levante.
Now, I think I'm batting 1,000. So this next draft pick, I have to do.
You've only been at the plate once, though, in a baseball term.
That's all it takes.
That's all it takes. You made
one
connection
swing,
with the ball.
One swing,
bang, gone.
Right.
So for people that aren't, maybe. Knowledgeable about football. What's that mean? Like how does that happen? Who came to you? Or how's that happen? How do you get selected to be the guy that gets to pick or help pick the NFL draft for the Bucks?
Well, first I think it's the relationship that you built when you was there with the organization. Mm-hmm. I think the relationship that you
and
built.
What relationship's that? You were Super Bowl MVP.
That too, but I was the originals People's Champ.
Okay.
If you go back and just look at it, I was the originals People's Champ.
Yeah.
And then the guy Freddie Mitchell, he tried to steal it at the Eagles. So the Eagles always trying to steal something from us. I don't know about the Philadelphia guys, but they always trying to steal something.
Mm-hmm.
But just
because their game's so cold, because their climate's so cold.
Right. But just the relationship that I have at One Buck, and still have great friends in the organization, and I'm always reaching out. If you need me, don't be afraid to, call my name. And,
I found that out about you.
Right. So you never know. I try to shake people's hands when they shake my hands. You never know when you have to come back across that bridge. So I try to build relationships.
Gary Vaynerchuk has a pair of shoes out called the Dirt and Clouds, or Clouds and Dirt, and he calls that the dirt. He spends 50% of his time taking the calls other people won't take, shaking people's hands, listening to the conversations. And people are turned off to that. They're not in touch with that anymore. You
know what I have realized, Matt, in my short 40 years of living is a lot of time the gift.
41.
40 goes better. It's even. It's an even number. Right. I don't do them odd numbers. I like even numbers.
Cool. I just want to clarify. We want facts. We want facts.
But
we don't do fake news.
Round it to the nearest power. So it's 40.
Okay, cool.
It's just being around that atmosphere again.
Yeah, great.
Matt, it's hard to explain if you've never been there. As a kid coming out of high school, coming out of college, hearing your name called on that stage. And to hear my name called and to go back twice and revisit and watch the moments of those young people's lives being changed when their names are called. And when their names are called, you can see it. All those years of running, all those years of ice tub, all those years of tour days, all those years of going to school, football practice, and have to maintain good grades and perform on Saturdays. So
the dedication is
the
real.
dedication of the game, and
Yeah.
I just feel like from an athlete perspective, who does
Here,
not,
I'll say it out loud.
Who does not
You've
want,
earned it. The question
you've
was,
earned it,
you've
but
earned it.
let's look at so many other valuables that come with that. Time management.
Right.
Being able to time management, have great grades, play football at a high level, get your rest, and still perform at that peak performance, that's unbelievable. So when I was in Atlanta coaching, Coca-Cola, Chick-fil-A, Home Depot as well.
All based there.
I spoke at different events with them, I've been to different things, but one thing they did say, we love to find team-oriented people.
Right.
Guys that are females that done played on sports teams that has been successful.
Right.
Because now my building or where I'm at, it's a team atmosphere instead of look at me.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. I
DJ,
agree.
will you focus on the defensive side of the ball when you're looking to help with the draft pick, or are you on both sides of the ball?
I just want to bring some a great product here.
Okay.
I think we can use some help on both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively. But everything I think starts in the trenches, offense and defense. Even though I'm a defensive back, I can be selfish and say defensive backs control the game. But everything starts in the trenches.
Yeah.
If you can control the trenches, you have a great chance of winning the football game.
Yeah. No doubt.
Absolutely. And you made a point with Levante earlier. You know, I think you're also looking at, you're a character guy, right?
Correct.
Yeah. And you're looking for guys that have shown that in their career, in their
Correct.
livelihood of growing up, that they've proven that character time and time again.
Correct.
Is that tangible? Can you measure that? Can you see that before you get to know them, or how does that work?
Yes, you can. In today's world, you look at social media, everyone tells on themselves now.
Yeah.
People don't have to tell on you, tell on yourselves.
We use that for hiring.
Right.
Every time it boils down to we do a social media profile, and that's a great thing for young people to hear.
Correct.
And you know, while they're living the glam and all the supermodels and everything else out there, it's you really you if you're not being you, you should be you.
Right.
And because it's transparent.
Because a lot of people get caught up trying to fit in. Like I tell my daughters, don't fit in, stand out.
That's
I
exactly
don't want you
right.
to fit in. I want you to stand out.
Be different.
You know, be different. Like at track practice, I hate to use that, but there's a difference. Yes, my daughters go out. Those are my daughters. I'm happy. I'm proud of them. But one thing I do is
How many kids do you have?
four girls.
4 girls.
4 girls.
What did you keep trying for the son or what? That's what I was scared of.
Well,
I've got 2
I
girls,
kept-
and I told my
two
wife,
girls.
I said, you know, I'd like to have a boy, but I'm
enough.
done.
Not
I'm
bad
done.
enough.
You know what?
2
You know
girls
what?
and me.
I was going again,
Yep.
but then I
we
thought,
have 8 girls between us
And
3
it's
guys.
scary,
We have 8
isn't it?
girls.
but you know what? We're great men.
This is
When
true.
you're a great
This
man,
is
you
true.
have daughters. That's
I
what I
think
was
God
told.
gives you what you're
That's
supposed
what
to
I was
have,
told.
and I think
Correct.
that's what he's done.
Yeah, correct.
Yep.
And you know, just speaking with them is, you can't go to a bank and put $500 in and come back and ask for $1,000.
Right. Right.
You pretty much, I try to tell them, it's what you put in, it's what you get back.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
so don't expect to go out Saturday at the track meet and perform at this level if you're not doing it, you know, Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Absolutely.
So you make practice hard, so when you get to the game, it's easy.
Yep.
So just a little bit of a recap, and I certainly relate with you know, some of the things that you said about being through the grind and being iced and the dedication. And if anybody can relate with that, not at an athletic level, but a level, but at an entrepreneurial level.
Correct.
I relate now so much with the grind that athletes go through. I think is very similar, and I see the correlations between those two. So, you know, it's heartfelt. I can totally understand. Excuse me. What exactly what you're saying there? But back to the draft.
Okay.
So, any indications? Can you give us any? Can you share things ahead of?
Well, Matt, I've been trying to get the fans, the followers, to give me ideas. I want to reach out to them first, see what they think about the Bucks picks.
I think
Who
we
should
need a
they
new.
pick.
I think we need a new quarterback.
I think we need. It's a
How
couple of
about
things
that?
that can be addressed. when was the last time we had a 1,000-yard? I mean, a 1,000-yard rusher, or maybe 100-yard rusher.
Right, right.
You know, it's a couple of things. You can point at so many things that goes wrong. If you get behind early, you have to change your game.
What are the Bucs' chance being in the playoffs this year?
I think everybody has a chance. I really do.
Okay.
I think Drew Brees is Drew Brees, but no matter how great you are, you can't cheat Father Time. I'm here looking at this sand glass. You can't cheat time. That's one thing you can't cheat. You cannot cheat time.
No, sir.
And
Well, you did earlier, by the way, when you said you were 40 and you're really 41.
It was a misprint. It was a misprint. I was reading the script. It was a misprint.
There's no script in this studio.
Right, it was a misprint. But you can't cheat time.
Yep.
But to be able to stay at that level that Drew has done is remarkable.
Yep. Tom Brady.
Top rated. Tom Brady. But those guys take care of themselves, and then they have a great systems where they don't get hit. They get rid of the ball so fast.
Yes.
So they don't take that pounding.
Yep.
Right.
Carolina Panthers is going to be a tough physical team, as always. Strap up. That's just their nature. We the Panthers. We're going to play physical football, and hopefully we can break your will. The Atlanta Falcons. I truly believe, in my opinion, they have the best offensive team in the NFL, but they do not always click. I used to joke with the people up there in Atlanta, well, if they move from out of Atlanta, Georgia, and go to Cairo or Thomasville, they'll win a championship. And people say, why? I said, it's too many distractions there.
Yes, sir.
It's too many distractions, and everybody wants to be a star.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, everybody wants to be a star.
And
I get that.
Yeah.
I get it. You want to be a star, but put the work in first before you claim your prize.
How many teams have you been involved in that were great teams that maybe didn't click? Did they always click? If the team was great, did the players?
Okay, I'm going to give you comparisons.
Sure.
Tampa Bay Bucks. We had a great player, Sapp, Brooks, Lynch, Runday, Mike, myself. I'm going to just name everybody. Myself, Coors, who had a great players on a great team.
Right.
And one thing about those guys, if you was putting in work, it didn't matter where you was at, Semi Rice's. If you was putting in work, you have the right to say, come on, pick it up.
Right.
Pick it up.
Right.
Okay, let's transfer to when I went to Cincinnati Bengals under Marvin Lewis. You had Chad, TJ, Rudy, great players, Chris Henry, but they was all look at me guys,
Right.
I guys. And people wondered why they couldn't make it out of the win a playoff game or be successful is you had too many I guys.
They were trying to shine as individuals.
Yep.
Individuals, look at me,
They'll
look
get
at
you
me.
every time, anywhere.
And when you do that, people get frustrated with you, and now you become tolerated. Tolerated is I'm gonna keep you around as long as I need you.
Right.
But if you're a good person or you can bring some other value to your team, people will keep you around because you can help build the team instead of destroy the team.
Yeah, no, that's a great analogy.
All right, and you look at I be watching a lot of the drafts and the trades going on, and I'm feeling kind of suspect about AB, Antonio Brown, the statements he made going to Oakland, who doesn't have the strongest locker room with that type of attitude coming in. Hey, guys gonna look at him sideways as soon as he come in.
Right.
If we're not playing well, you're gonna probably call us out or blame us.
Right.
But if you're supposed to be that leader, that star, bring everybody together. But everything you see he's doing is by himself.
Be a leader.
It's by himself.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Everything is by himself.
Yes.
There's nothing that incorporates team.
Nope.
Nothing. Commercials, working out, it's always look at me, look at me. I get that though. I get that. You say the brand.
Yep.
But when it's a team sport,
Yeah, correct.
let me see you bringing other people involved. You see Drew Brees, he has the receivers, everybody throwing the ball. You see Tom Brady, he might show himself getting a massage or whatever here and there, but then you're going to see him throwing the football.
Absolutely. Yep.
Right.
I don't see that with him.
Right.
It's all about look at me, I'm the star, look at me, I'm going to get this. I get it. Trust me, I get it. But when it becomes a team, you're trying to win.
Right.
Now you're killing the team from within.
Do you think he has the opportunity, and I believe everybody can kind of change their pace and change their game, does he have the opportunity to kind of pivot to being that.
Yes,
Yeah.
no doubt about it. But I think the
So if you
biggest
had one message to him, like if he tunes into this, like, and he hears that, and I feel like, you know, with what you're delivering is heartfelt again, what would you say to him?
first thing, AB, you're a great player, and he's a good dude. He's a real good dude, great player. But first of all, come on, man, cut out the shenanigans. Get that blonde off your beard. Get the blue and red and all the colors. Come on, be a young man.
Clean it up.
Clean it up. You also have little kids watching you as well. You might not think about
man,
them.
there's-
Let's think about that. You have kids who's looking up.
How short is that career for him? What would you say to him about how fast that's going to be here and gone, and then how important is the aftermath?
The legacy, right?
Yeah.
Well, I think his legacy is set. He's a great player. He's going to be one of the greatest,
Hall of Famer.
Hall of Fame receivers of all time. But he's going to be okay. He's made the money. He's done everything. But one thing about guys like AB, I'm going to use for example. I hate to say it. Let's use the NFL Network. Probably 95% of the guys talk shows as well was buttholes when they played. Was buttholes.
Yep.
But you go back and look at it, controversy sells.
Personality,
Controversy brings so much to that.
When I was a kid, it was Dennis Rodman.
Yeah.
But everybody look
You know
like
what I'm
Dennis
saying?
Rodman now.
Absolutely, yeah.
They look like Dennis Rodman.
Well, that's what
You're
brought
absolutely right.
that's
Y'all
what brought it
tatted
up.
up.
Tatted up, the nose ring,
Yep.
the blue,
Yep.
yellow, orange, red
Yep.
hair. They looking like Dennis Rodman.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. And I can remember his actions on the Bulls, and it was almost disruptive, and that was one of the greatest sports dynasties ever. And I can remember him kicking the photographer in the groin and then sending him flowers to get the press. And although that made me laugh, but,
Right.
But you know, that's a comparison to where a team can be infiltrated with a bad attitude.
Bad attitude.
Yeah.
Oh, his actions on the court pretty much hurt Dennis a lot. I know he did some things off the court,
And
but
he was talented. You want to talk
Yeah.
about rebounds?
Rebound.
Nobody could
people
rebound him.
forget he used to stick Michael Jordan when he was at Detroit playing the 2 and the 3.
Oh,
He
yeah.
was fast.
Oh,
he was
yeah,
athletic,
talented.
very talented. Then to go to
Madonna
power
slowed
forward.
him down between
that
Detroit and
wedding dress.
Chicago.
Right.
Yeah.
Married himself. It's so much about Dennis Rodman.
It's
so much we can talk forever.
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
we need to make that. We come back on Dennis Rodman
Dennis
and make that
Rodman
a whole
show.
separate show.
Let me ask you this, Matt.
Yeah.
You've been watching the Bucks a lot lately, last couple of 4 or 5 years, I hope. I know you have. What do you think are the Buccaneers' needs?
Oh man, you're gonna put me on the spot. What are their needs? Air conditioning.
Yeah.
No, what?
Well,
Here, I'll say it out loud. I miss the orange creamsicle colors. I wish they'd bring that back.
I'm not sure about that one.
I know.
You asked some of the guys who played in
I'm
that crib.
just playing, man. I'm just playing. I went to the old stadium when it was just a dust bowl and the
Right.
creamsicle colors. It was almost like it wasn't really an NFL team at that point.
You know what? They had to tear that down because Barry Sanders, I think he had something at that stadium.
Yeah.
Barry Sanders had some type of hidden talent or hidden something underneath artifact
He
or
just stepped
something
up.
because
The
Barry
juju.
Sanders
The
loved
juju.
our field. He went 80 twice in one game. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
But he was a special guy.
Special
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
Special guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
Yes,
gotta
sir.
ask, I gotta
Go
ask you
ahead.
something, Dex. You mentioned a couple of South Florida boys earlier with Ocho Cinco and AB. Ocho Cinco's got daughters. His
Correct.
daughters run track.
She's good.
Are there right?
great.
Right? Watching him on Instagram and following Baby Chael and all that. Are your daughters at the same age? First of all, and second of all, are they competing? Are you now? I know you locked
they
him
run
down.
little different events.
Okay.
She's a 800, 400.
Yep.
But then my daughters that run the 1, the 2, and the 4, they're
Okay.
younger.
Yep.
But she's a phenomenal athlete. She's trains like she's trying to go to the Olympics.
She's got his work ethic.
She
when
has
it
his
comes
work
to the work
ethic.
ethic side of things.
On my side, we're always at the Junior Olympics. We're ranked in the nation.
Nice.
But I go at it more of, people say, what you do? I say, I make them be kids. They say, what you mean by that? I said, I make them go outside and play when they was younger, do stuff. I said, when you play them hopscotch, when you're 2 or 3 years old, or jump rope, you develop equilibrium.
Yes.
You develop balance. You develop how to control your body.
Yep.
And that's what I used to have my kids do: ride bikes, freeze, tag. You know, you got to move to do all that.
Yep.
And so that's why I have my kids doing that first. But then when we do start up, we go hard.
Yeah.
But they play other sports as well.
Is that right?
They play other sports. I don't like them. This me. I don't like my daughters just say, I'm going to do track 12 years. 12 months. I don't want that. It becomes a job.
Yeah, I agree.
I try to pull her away, you know, go do something else, have fun, take a break.
Absolutely.
Like I watch a lot of these 7-on-7 camps going on now. Number one, kids have football, spring ball, then 7-on-7.
Yep.
When do they take a break?
Yeah.
They don't get a chance to get away from it and say, what can I work on? Even the pros, even college, you have to take a break. So now you have these middle school kids and high school kids never take a break from 7-on-7.
Nope.
Is that about the just being a kid, or is that about the physical rest, or is it about the both?
It's the physical rest, both, and it's a job now. I'm doing this 12 months a year.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's a job as a kid.
Yeah.
You know, let kids experience other things. And the second part of that is you have these high school coaches who tell athletes, if you play another sport, you can't play for me. In my opinion, that coach need to be fired and never allowed to coach again.
Yep.
Seriously.
Yeah.
That
It
guy
was that
might
way-
be like
it was
Murray.
that way
He
when I
might be
played
like Murray
baseball
for
in high
Oklahoma.
school.
He might be like Murray
Yeah.
for Oklahoma.
Yeah,
Sure.
absolutely.
I can go first round in either sport.
Bo
imagine?
Jackson.
It's a lot. I can name several guys who was great in both sports.
Yeah.
Even the guy you don't like, the quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I
Baseball.
can go on and on, so many guys, but you have these high school coaches who use these kids as their way out as
Yes.
well. It's
Yeah.
not the kids' way out all the time. It's their way out.
Yeah.
So they tell these kids, you play another sport, you can't play for me. I hate that.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Well, good. That's critical airtime right there. So for the coaches out there, don't be over demanding on that.
Right, because, let the kid do something.
So back to the NFL. So no teasers. Like I heated all this gear up. I dropped that
know what?
intro
I have-
fire,
you know what?
and I get
We have some
nothing.
guys. We have a couple of guys. I don't want to say their name yet. I don't want to do the jinx. You know what I mean? The jinx.
How about just their last name?
Who should get? Who should? Get
you'd have
drafted.
to guess.
Hey, but they should get drafted high, really high.
Yeah, okay.
And these guys train at Aspie.
If you had the number one pick, who would you pick today?
If I had the number one pick right now,
Who would be your pick?
ooh, that's tough.
Okay, give me two then, and you don't have to pick one. So say
If I had, it would be probably a defensive lineman. If I had to pick,
I didn't hear a
if
name
I had
though.
to pick, it's several great defensive linemen.
Well, give me two.
It's several great defensive
Come
linemen.
on, man! Look at how good he is. This is the poise right here. I get him in the studio.
know, it's
I
the
fed him
boys,
full
but
of
I'm
Red
still- I'm
Bull.
still alive.
I dropped the weekend intro.
You know what I've learned? With Tony
Keep your
Dungy?
mouth shut
No,
when somebody's asking you crazy questions.
you keep business. Hey, you keep business in house.
Yeah. Yep.
You keep business in house, and that's another thing. What's wrong with NFL? These guys talk like, excuse my analogy, like little females.
Canaries.
They talk like.
Oh
they
man,
talk
I'm gonna
like,
have to bleep that out. Come
I'm
on
sorry.
now. We got 8 daughters between the
I know.
the three of us.
I have experience.
All right.
I have to get my.
Oh, there you go. Okay, good. You're
I have
talking from experience. Okay,
I have
good.
to tell my daughters, hey man, stop all that. Stop all that chit chatting. I said, get out of that. Don't do that.
Yeah, but the boys are just as bad today.
That's what they do now. And you know what? By me coaching now, I have to fight that battle so much now.
Yeah.
And I have to tell the young men, hey man, you're going to have a family one day, especially you 16, 17. How you going to talk to your kids? Look how you sound.
Right.
So I have to combat that a lot. A lot of that comes from different environments, which parent is raising them as well. So it's so many different variables that come with that.
Yeah.
So
Is it true everybody has a favorite child? Do you have a favorite child out of the 4? You don't have to say which one because you're not good at
just-
you're not
just
good
say
at
her
answering
last name.
You're not
No.
good at answering
I'm
questions
gonna say
about
their last
names.
name. Can I say their
Say
last
their
name?
last name.
Thank you.
Say their last name.
Jackson.
There you go. There you go.
I'm gonna say their last name.
You know which one we're talking about.
But no, everybody. I love all my daughters equally, but everybody has their own. cliche that
I have
they're great at.
I have a favorite
Yeah,
dog.
yes, they have their uniquenesses. They got what they're strong at, what the other ones are.
And you laugh at it. You like, okay, what do I need today? Come here. This is what I need today.
Exactly. Yes.
So I have a selection. I can choose from. I have options. It's nothing, you told me yourself. It's nothing like having options.
I'm trying to think of a question I could answer you or ask you that you'll answer, but
wanna ask him
it can't have
something real
names involved.
If you may.
Okay.
I know Aspie does an awesome job with preparing guys for the combine. You've got guys coming out. You've got some studs. You've had studs there before. Name a couple guys that really just stood out to you this year in this year's crop that came through Aspie.
I want to speak on Andy Isabella.
Okay.
I think that young man, I read about him. He was coming in second in the Biletnikoff. I said, I want to see who this guy is.
Yep.
I'm a defensive back. I want to size him up. See, I can check this guy. Even though I'm 40 something, I can check him. Right?
You were checking him out on the beach the other day. He's 20-year-old kid.
He wasn't there.
No,
at that
I know,
time.
but these kids were shuffling, and you were showing them exactly what was going on.
And I had
41.
to do it. I had to do it. Yeah. And the funny thing about it, I look at those guys and be like, come on, man, I'm 41. And I don't make excuses. I just get it done. Just do it. Get it done. But the Andy Isabella kid, he came in, ran a phenomenal time, worked hard. But what really impressed me about that young man was his character, what type of person he is. Now, if someone calls and asks me about that young man, that's fruit on the limb. I'm going out there. I'm going to get that fruit. I'm going to do that for him. It has to be fruit out there. I just can't go out on a limb for no reason. It has to be fruit. Andy did good. Cody. Cody did a great job. The offensive lineman from Oklahoma.
Right.
I'm high on him as well.
Okay.
I'm very high on him. He did a great job. I can go on Malik Gant. I could just name guys and go on and on.
How long was Cody at OU? Was he there 2 years, 3 years? Because he's seen a couple great quarterbacks now come through. And
well, you have to be, if he didn't, it has to be 3 years of college ball.
I'm trying to think of the quarterbacks he would have seen. Goodness sakes.
Yeah, back to back, yep. He has some great quarterbacks.
And you know what? I'm not so sure that great linemen don't make great quarterbacks and don't make great running backs. Back to what you said earlier, the Bucs having a 1,000-yard rusher. Correct. I go all the way in my mind. I go with the work done, but I'm probably wrong. There's probably somebody since then. Well, I went to Florida State.
I think maybe
Cadillac may have had one.
Ernest Graham.
Yeah,
Ernest Graham.
Yep. But they had
Doug Martin did well his first year, but he'll play great. I'm injured. Play great. I'm injured.
Yep. But a lot of that, I think, the guys up front that are blocking make the guys in the back that much better.
Correct.
And
they make everybody
protection.
much better.
Right.
They make everybody.
You got a guy from OU who shows out, and I think his resume is proven by what they've done as a school and what the quarterbacks have done.
Correct.
And from Murray all the way through. So I think that's great that you point out an offensive lineman as a defensive guy.
Correct. I just think he's a phenomenal guy. If you can find that anchor of an offensive line who quarterback feels, you know what, I'm not worried about this blind side.
Yeah,
I'm going to go out here and just turn loose with it. So now I can see everything front side, and I can play football. I can be more comfortable.
Yep.
It's nothing like having that great left tackle. So if you have that guy who can protect that quarterback blind side, that's a plus for the team.
Absolutely.
It's huge. Switch gears a little bit, Dexter, because I know we don't have a lot of your time this morning. And again, I want to thank you for coming over. But you mentioned yesterday that your wife's doing some work on the red carpet. You wanna plug that? Or
yes, she went out to L.A. Did a great job at the awards. 3 weeks, a month ago. Been a style consultant. Just doing a lot of different stuff with the fashion.
She's very active with that?
She's very active. Matter of fact, we do She does daytime twice a week on the local station. So she does that as well. Twice.
Do you know which station that is?
Yes. I'm gonna post it. Yeah.
Yeah. You want to come back to that? And then also, hey, how do we hit you on Instagram? What's your Instagram handle?
Okay, guys. I have a lot of.
Why don't you tell us how we're going to follow Dexter, since you won't give us any answers today?
Well, first of all, the first thing I want to do is I want to give a look behind the scenes of the NFL draft.
Okay.
A lot of people see the draft, but they see it from afar, from the stage, people walking up. But from day one, once I get there, I want to give the people, the fans, your followers, my followers, let them see what it's like to be behind the scenes, how people prepare for the draft, how busy it becomes. Very busy because trades are being spoken about. People want to trade players, trade draft picks, move up and down. You never know what can happen at a draft, and just to see that working environment, how guys and GMs and player personnel are trying to, okay, what we gonna do? What's the pick? How we gonna do this?
When is this?
I leave Thursday evening, or tomorrow. I get there Thursday around 8, and we're gonna have a nice formal get together with a lot of former players.
Where would I tune in? How do I see behind the scenes? How do I follow Dexter Jackson?
First, number one, follow me on Dexter Jackson. My Facebook page. I'm gonna be going live on that.
You're going live on Facebook.
I'm going live
Dexter
on
Jackson.
Facebook, Dexter Jackson, and then I have my Instagram page, Dexter Jackson _MVP.
Dexter Jackson _MVP on IG. Yep. Do you do Twitter?
I have Twitter. My daughter, she made me get on it, so that's why it's good to have daughters.
Yes.
They're good on social media.
Social media,
Absolutely.
They're very good on social media.
Okay.
Let me get that for you guys. My daughter set that one up for me.
And then I'll find out the news channel on your wife's post, and we'll post this in the actual podcast for people that might want to tune into that.
Right. And your Twitter is DJackson _MVP as well.
DJackson _MVP is where you would find the tweets.
Right. And I'm also on LinkedIn as well, Dexter Jackson. So you can find me several ways. And
so tuning in, I know a lot of your viewers, and I see people commenting about this behind the scenes. I think that's very exciting,
right?
Especially for those who have never, paid witness to that. There's it's a madhouse, right? There's a lot of shuffling going on, a lot of people intensifying kind of their discussions as players move on, get picked, etc.
Right. But who's the most intense are the fans who travel up there for the picks.
Going crazy.
And they go crazy. Yeah. I mean, they lose their minds.
So what's the setting, right? What building are you in?
They haven't told me the setting. I pick up my itinerary once I get there.
So typically, the last time you did it, were there how many
fans?
In New York
then? Was in New York then? That was
Is it hundreds of people? Thousands of people?
I read a post that said just that area, they should expect over 300,000 people to flood that area for the draft. Yes.
Wow, okay.
That's a lot of people that come for the draft.
What do? They put you in they drone you in?
No, I'm a people's person. You forgot I'm a people's champ. I like to go out and talk and shake hands.
You're part of the dirt, brother.
Yeah,
you like the dirt.
I'm not one of those guys who think they're bigger than life.
Yeah,
because you have to put your pants on just like I put my pants on.
Yeah,
and I've been taught on your way up the ladder of success.
Yeah, I do like crisscross though. I got the zipper in the back.
So they don't wear zippers now. Everybody has just tight pull-up pants now. Everybody wear tights.
Yeah, you're right.
You're right. Except me, I don't wear tights. I don't wear those.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Matt loves those.
Well, listen, Dexter, thanks again. And I'll tell you, I would love to invite you back anytime you want. We're a few blocks away. If you want to use this as a platform and some help with the post-production, I promised you and both the ASPI group that I would get personally involved. I love, the energy. I love the passion. I love the sincerity that you just bring to life.
Right. Thanks, Matt. And since we're speaking on that, the guys and the other co-eds that work with you, who comes there, great people, great personality.
Yeah, thank you.
And they make it.
You're talking about our employees that go over to ASPI.
It's two sides of that. Yes, we're good coaches. I think we can uplift people to help them do better. Mm-hmm. But on the flip side, just their personality, they're very approachable. And they want to be there. They enjoy it. So
they do.
You have two people who love what they're doing, engaging. I think it's a beautiful thing.
I've had personal stories from two people that I'm not going to share because, but it's people that you've influenced, and just with your personality and your approach to, I don't think coaches and mentors like yourself. I don't think that you hear enough of the little things, how you inspire people and how you change people's lives. So again, Dexter Jackson, my hat's off to you, man. You're a good dude, and I'm so honored to have you on this program.
Thanks, Matt, Brandon. You guys was great, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. Awesome.
Good luck with the draft.
All right, thanks, brother.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, my man. It's good seeing you again, bro.
Thanks.
Thumb Stopper.
All right, you heard it here. Dexter Jackson working on the behind the scenes moment. We're going to follow up in the comments with how you can follow that, but tune in to Dexter Jackson on Facebook, especially if you're an NFL fan. A lot of exciting times, obviously, around the draft. He didn't give him to give me any names. He was closed lip. He calls it keeping the business in house, which obviously just furthers the character and approach that he has. Again, Brown on Brand, tuning out today. I'm Matthew Brown. Thank you.